Hey gang, I'm Matthias. This is my wife Lindsay. We have been married a little over 20 years. We got 3 kids. They are all teenagers, which some of the harder years that we've had to endure. Always challenging, and so we were asked to talk a little bit about date nights. So it's one of the things that we have done consistently from when the kids were just babies, even pre-kids, of course. Those were the good old years, right?
Absolutely.
I'd love to go back. But yes, we loved date nights, and we've just consistently done that. And it's not like, twice a week kind of thing. There were phases of our life where it may have been once every 2 weeks. Maybe there was a goal of once a week. I don't know. We never really had a set
nothing consistent.
objective.
Right, when we were available or when it was convenient or we had childcare or, available babysitters, things like that.
Mm-hmm. So one of the things that we've tried to do is just get time to connect. And so I thought it'd be smart just to talk about what a date really is. I think there's a misconception sometimes where people think, all right, a date's some big extravagant thing. I've got to spend a lot of money. Hey, we're on a tight budget.
Right.
We all know how things are right now. That's not us. I mean, we've never been a fancy date kind of couple.
Maybe birthdays or anniversaries.
Sure.
We might go splurge on a nice
Special
dinner.
occasions.
Sure.
In general, more of our date nights are just a time to connect, and that could be very random, from sitting outside on the deck. It could be going for a bike ride or a walk and just having some time to talk. Sometimes it's during the week and it's a stressful day, and Lindsay goes, I just need to connect.
Absolutely.
She does a good job of letting me know. All of a sudden when I hear those words, red light going off in my brain, okay, time to get together, make the time no matter what it is. So sometimes you have a little more time than others, but we love trying to get, out to a little bite to eat or something.
He does a really good job of, sometimes it'll be a Friday and he'll text me at work and say, hey, I've got 3 things in mind. Are you interested in any of these? So even like this weekend, it was, hey, there's a great happy hour somewhere. You want to go get some drink and appetizers and maybe walk around because it's so nice outside, or we could go take a bike ride, through some neighborhoods, or I've got a gift card out to this great restaurant that we haven't been in a while. And then it gives me some options that I haven't really had to think about. And he's just really good at sort of thinking ahead and planning. And then we kind of talk about it together and come up with an idea. And I love that.
Mm-hmm. Well, to me, I think what do most women love? To be pursued. Maybe we did a really good job of that when we were trying to, start first dating. It was like, oh, I want to really get this girl's attention, and then it becomes a marriage, and then it's a little harder perhaps. So I think probably one of the things I would encourage a lot of guys to do is just continue to pursue. I mean, women want to be pursued, and the thoughtfulness of like, hey, I've just been thinking about you, and this is something that I think you might like. My wife loves that. She responds really well to that, and I think most people probably would. So
one of my favorite things to do is be outside together and do sort of an activity. So sometimes on a Sunday afternoon, if our kids, because they're 9th, 10th, and 11th grades, they're all pretty self-sufficient, independent, he'll go, hey, it's 70 degrees, let's go take a bike ride. And we'll put bikes on the back of our car, drive into downtown Jacksonville, and drive through these beautiful old historic neighborhoods, and then we'll stop off and grab lunch or dinner. And it's just so much fun just to kind of be together. I'm in athletic clothes. There's no dress up. There's no prep. It's just, let's just go and get that connection time. Because a lot of time with kids, every night is, all right, we've got to plan meals and we've got to do logistics and what's coming up and this, and it becomes a business. So that getting away time is just good for us to connect and just talk about how we're doing and things like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, we wrote down some of the benefits that we think of. I think we have it on the phone. I'll try to go from memory. There's a lot of things that we feel like you get from these types of dates. Obviously, the connection time is huge. Like you just mentioned, I mean, it's such a busy phase in our life. 3 active kids, a couple of businesses, jobs, 2 jobs, just lots of things that are going on constantly. So just having a time out and hey, what's going on? Oh yeah, this happened on Tuesday. I forgot to mention to you. We discover things all of a sudden that we were so busy we may have even missed to connect on. So,
or, oh, the girls shared this with me this week and I really need you to know about this so you can pray about this, and here's some things in our family, some things we're concerned about, kind of touching base on major issues.
And those are some of the biggest things right now for us, at least. The phase that we're in is parenting. So, when they were 1, 2, and 3, it was exhausting, but it wasn't as much of the high, emotional, stressful kind of things that our teenagers get to go through right now. So having that time to just talk about, okay, how are we doing with this kid? Oh, this kid needs, more help in this area. We will go over things like that in our dates. So there are times where we may not want to talk about the kids, and it may just be hey, let's talk about where we can go this summer and have a fun, hey, let's just get away from everything and think about things that are not as stressful. But other times there are some, hey, we need to get, on the same page on a couple of things that we're facing. Maybe it's some challenges or struggles or issues with the child that we want to make sure we're on the same page, because clearly, two parents being on the same page in their parenting, that's a big plus.
Yeah, absolutely. I do think when I feel loved and pursued and cared about, it really enhances our love life as well, and just the desire to want to be together. And that can be a hard thing to plan in on your weekly nights. And so when we're together, we feel really close and connected, and that has just always helped maintain a good love life commitment.
I would agree. I mean, I feel like we don't have tons of conflict, and one of the reasons is maybe we're doing fairly good in this area. I don't know, but we certainly want to continually talk about what God is doing in our lives. Here's what I'm learning in my ministry or my Bible study. Here's some things that I'm hoping to do this upcoming year. All kinds of different things that we have together. I'm sometimes shocked. We'll see a date, couple, a table over, and they're both sitting on their phone the whole time. And I'm like, what are you doing? So again, just setting aside and being intentional about connecting is just the primary goal, I feel like.
And I'll just hit again some of the ideas that Matthias has always had are, Groupons. We use Groupons a lot. We have something down here called Living Social? Local Flavor, where restaurants have discounts on things, and so we'll get some of those, and those can become family date nights, and also a lot is what we do on our date night. So it's a money saver. Again, doesn't have to be anything that's expensive or anything over the top, but just that's a great way to do that. And again, he touched on, even if we just sit out on the back porch with a glass of wine, shut the door, tell the kids, hey, dinner's on the table, y'all are fend for yourselves tonight, Dad and I are going to go get some time together, turn on the fire pit. Those are some of my best nights, because then we're just chatting, talking, catching up, and there's not a whole lot of effort involved either. So it doesn't have
simple.
to be. Totally. So.
Little free festivals, another thing we didn't talk about, but just some other, I try to stay plugged in just for some things that are going on around the community. So, there's a free little concert over here, first Friday of the month, the food trucks, whatever it is. So we try to take advantage of some of those opportunities, because there's always something fun about doing a new adventure. So we do that quite a bit.
You might have to do a little bit of work to kind of figure out what those things are, but if there's a nice park, grab some takeout and go sit at a park bench or a park area, walk around a lake, anything like that, that's just getting out, getting together, and sharing life. So thank you so much for having us.
Thank you. Bye, guys.